Speed is not reckless. Speed is revelation in motion. Speed is when you trust that what you've been called to do must be done now. Speed reflects clarity of vision. Successful people move fast because they know exactly where they're going. Clarity breeds decisiveness. You know what I've realized after years of watching people win, and others just watch. Successful people move fast because they're clear. They're not running around trying everything. They know who they are, what they want, and where they're going, and clarity like that. It cuts through hesitation like a knife. When you're clear, your decisions aren't drawn out. You don't second guess yourself into paralysis. You move, and here's the deeper truth. Most people are slow not because they're incapable, but because they're unclear. They don't know what they believe. They don't know what matters most. So every opportunity looks like a risk, and every risk looks like a threat. That's fear disguised as caution. But let me break it down from a psychological perspective. Clarity gives your brain a target. And when the mind has a target, it starts filtering out distractions. That's called selective attention. It means your energy, your thoughts, your focus, they stop scattering and start flowing in one direction. That's when speed becomes effortless. It's not forced, it's aligned. Now, some people will say, well, I'm still trying to figure out what I want. That's fine, but don't stay in that space forever. Clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. You don't wait for clarity to act. You act, and clarity follows movement. See, purpose has a voice, but it speaks loudest when you're in motion. When you sit still too long, all you hear is doubt. So if you want to move fast, get clear. Get clear on your values, your vision, your God-given gifts. Because the clearer the target, the faster the arrow flies. Don't let confusion be the reason you're still standing in the same place next year. Make clarity your responsibility, and watch how fast your life starts moving. Speed multiplies learning. The faster you move, the faster you fail, adjust, and succeed. Every step is a lesson. Let me tell you something a lot of people miss. Success isn't about being perfect. It's about being quick to learn. And learning happens through movement. It's not sitting around reading books and taking notes until you feel ready. Nah, success favors the ones who step out, get hit a few times, and keep adjusting on the fly. That's where the growth happens. See, what separates high achievers from the rest isn't just talent or IQ, it's their relationship with failure. Successful people don't avoid it. They run toward it. Why? Because every misstep gives them feedback. And when you move fast, you collect more feedback, you make more decisions, you test more ideas, you stretch that muscle we call experience. And experience is the best teacher you'll ever have. Now, from a psychological standpoint, this is what we call rapid adaptation. Your brain is constantly rewiring itself based on the actions you take. It's called neuroplasticity. So when you move fast and learn fast, your brain becomes sharper, your instincts more refined, and your decisions more powerful. But when you move slow, doubt creeps in. Analysis turns into paralysis. And before you know it, you're sitting on the sidelines, watching somebody else live the life you were built for. Philosophically, life itself is a classroom. But the most successful people, they don't sit in the back row waiting for all the answers. They get up, make mistakes, take notes, and get better fast. So here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect to make progress. You just need to move, pay attention, and pivot. Because the faster you move, the quicker you learn, and the quicker you learn, the sooner you become unstoppable. Money loves speed. Opportunities have a short shelf life. When you hesitate, someone else executes. Here's something you gotta understand. Money moves fast. It's not patient. It doesn't wait around for you to feel comfortable, to think it over, or to have all your ducks in a row. When opportunity shows up, it's got a short shelf life. Successful people get this. They don't hesitate because they know the clock is ticking, and if they don't act, someone else will. Now, let me break it down from a psychological angle. When you hesitate, you're stuck in what we call decision fatigue. Too many options, too much fear, and a mind overwhelmed by what-ifs. Money, opportunities, success. They don't wait for your mental peace. They're impatient, and here's the kicker. Hesitation signals doubt, and doubt scares away wealth like fire scares away snakes. Philosophically, wealth is energy in motion. It flows where belief is strongest and where action is fastest. The universe rewards those who respect the rhythm of opportunity. That rhythm, it's quick. If you pause too long, the window closes, and the chance you wanted passes to someone else who acted decisively. Look, you can plan and prepare all you want, but if you never pull the trigger, your plans are just dreams. Success belongs to the doers, the people who execute when the moment comes. So the real question is, are you ready to move when the opportunity lands at your feet? Because money doesn't just come to those who want it. It comes to those who are willing to move fast enough to grab it. Remember this, hesitation is the silent thief of opportunity. Speed is your shield. Act fast, decide boldly, and watch how quickly your financial reality transforms. Don't let slow thinking rob you of your wealth. Move with urgency, because in the world of success, speed isn't just an advantage. It's a necessity. Action beats perfection while others are trying to figure it out. Successful people are already taking imperfect action. Here's the hard truth a lot of people don't want to hear. Waiting for perfect is the fastest way to fail. You see, perfection is a myth, a mirage we chase while life passes us by. Successful people understand this deeply. They know that waiting for everything to line up just right is a form of procrastination dressed up in fancy clothes. Psychologically, this ties into what we call fear of failure. People want to be sure to control every variable before they act. But here's the problem. Life is unpredictable. If you try to control everything, you end up controlling nothing. You get stuck in analysis paralysis. Meanwhile, the world keeps moving. Philosophically, the universe rewards those who act, not those who wait. Action is the language of faith. When you take imperfect action, you're sending a message to yourself and the universe that you believe in your vision enough to risk failure, and failure when you're moving is not defeat. It's a lesson, a stepping stone. The thing about speed is that it kills doubt. The faster you move, the less time you give fear to settle in your mind. Speed forces you to trust your instincts, to rely on your resilience. You don't have time to second guess every step because you're already on the next one. So stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Start now with what you have where you are. Don't let the quest for perfection rob you of progress. Remember, done beats perfect every single time. Move fast, fail fast, learn fast, because action, even imperfect action, is what turns dreams into reality. If you wait for perfect, you'll never start. And if you never start, you'll never win. Speed increases influence the faster you move, the more momentum you generate, and the more people want to follow you. You know, there's something magnetic about speed. It's not just about getting things done. It's about creating momentum that draws people in. Successful people understand this better than anyone. They don't just move fast for themselves, they move fast because speed builds influence. And influence opens doors that talent alone can't unlock. Psychologically, humans are wired to follow confidence and decisiveness. When someone moves quickly and with purpose, it sends a signal. I know where I'm going and I'm ready to lead. That confidence creates trust. People want to be part of that energy. It's like a ripple effect. Momentum builds momentum, and before you know it, you're not just moving forward, you're pulling others along with you. Philosophically, speed is a form of authority. When you hesitate, people sense uncertainty, and uncertainty breeds doubt. But when you act swiftly, you claim your space in the world. You say, I am here, I am committed. Follow me if you want to succeed. This is why great leaders, innovators, and visionaries rarely waste time. They understand that influence is earned in the moment, and moments don't wait. But here's the thing. Speed without direction isn't power, it's chaos. So moving fast must come with clarity and purpose. When those align, speed becomes unstoppable influence. So if you want to build a following, create opportunities, and leave a legacy, you must learn to move fast, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Speed breeds momentum, and momentum breeds followers. Remember this, people don't follow the hesitant, they follow the bold. Move like you mean it, because your speed isn't just about your success. It's about inspiring others to rise with you. Speed is spiritual. Hesitation is fear-based. Faith is fast. Speed shows belief in yourself, your mission, and God's timing. Let me talk to you about something deeper than just hustle and grind. Something many people overlook. Speed is spiritual. Now, I know that might sound a little out there, but stay with me. When you hesitate, when you stall, that's often fear in disguise. Fear slows you down. It clouds your judgment. It whispers doubt in your ear. But faith moves fast. Faith is action. Psychologically, hesitation comes from uncertainty. Uncertainty about what might happen, how people might judge you, or whether you're really ready. But faith, real faith, is the willingness to step out before you have all the answers. It's trusting that the path will reveal itself as you walk it. When you move fast, you're showing belief not just in your abilities, but in something greater than yourself. That's spiritual momentum. Philosophically, think about it this way. Faith without works is dead. That means faith isn't passive. It's not waiting for signs or perfect timing. It's movement, it's obedience, and the moment you act on that faith, speed becomes your testimony. It becomes proof that you believe what you say you believe. When successful people move fast, it's not just because they want results. It's because they're answering a call, an inner voice telling them, now is the time. They understand that delaying is delaying destiny. So if you're sitting there waiting for perfect timing or the right feeling, understand this. Faith moves first, then the path appears. If you want to break through fear, hesitation, and doubt, you've got to move fast. Because speed is a spiritual declaration that you trust yourself, your mission, and the divine timing working behind the scenes. Remember this, hesitation is doubt. Speed is faith in action. Move now. Your future is waiting on the other side of your next step.